Nessie now. You know, since the year 565, thousands of people claim to have seen a long-necked creature sticking its head out of the murky depths of Scotland's Lochness. Is this possible? Can a creature resembling a dinosaur really have survived all these years in this remote Scottish lake? With me now is a man who has been collecting photographic evidence of Nessie for over 10 years. Actually, 23 years now, right?
Right.
I learned something in the break there. He's brought some of his pictures along with him that he's captured on film. Welcome, Charlie Wyckoff. Hi, Charlie.
Hi, how are you?
Thanks for coming in. 23 years of doing this. What you got you started looking for Nessie?
1973 was the first year, and I got roped into this thing because in the beginning, I didn't believe there was such a thing. It was a myth. But as a scientist, you know, you can't believe in a myth.
Yeah.
But I got trapped into it by my friend Bob Rhines, who really runs this thing.
You believe in it now?
I believe there's something there now, no question about it.
But is it a dinosaur? What do you think it is?
No. I believe that it's a mutated sea lion.
Really? That of gigantic proportions?
No, sea lion is fairly big.
Really? It could be the size of a sea lion?
Well, yes. First of all, I think a lot of people have the impression that Nessie is a huge creature.
Yeah, I've always said like 100 feet long.
No. It's more, I like to explain to people that it's something like a giraffe without any legs.
A giraffe without legs. Now, there's a picture there. The picture that's on the monitor right now there, Charlie.
That's the so-called surgeon's picture. And, you know, I'd like to point out right now that, do you see those waves?
Yeah.
Those are nature's waves, the wind waves. Now, if you had a close-up right there, you see the circular waves. And those completely wipe out nature's waves. And in order to do that, you have to have something rather enormous, rather massive.
To cause that ripple effect there.
Sure, in order to blot out the nature's waves.
Now, that thing sitting next to you is a dolphin cam. And what was the whole idea of putting a camera on a dolphin's back?
Well, we felt that a dolphin, we could train a dolphin to search for whatever this creature was. The dolphin uses sonar. Our camera uses sonar. And so once the dolphin located this thing, our camera sonar would feed information to the little computer and then turn the camera on when it was the right distance away.
Okay, I want to, that never happened because the dolphin died en route to the location.
Unfortunately,
I'm going to ask you more about that in just a second, but I want to get to this call here. Just last Thursday night, Nessie was seen by no less than 16 people. They were all staying at the Craig Droch House Hotel right on the edge of Loch Ness in Scotland. And on the phone from Scotland right now to tell us all about it is the owner of that hotel, David Monroe. Hi, David.
Hello, Mike.
So you and 15 other people saw this.
That's absolutely correct.
And where were you at the time?
Well, my wife was outside in the garden at the front of the hotel, and she noticed a disturbance in the loch and came into the hotel and told a few people. And basically all the people in the hotel, from the bar, the drawing room, and then all the staff, etc., went outside, and for about 5 to 8 minutes, we watched very clearly a disturbance on the surface of the water.
Now, you say this is not unusual. A lot of people that live around Loch Ness there have seen the monster.
Yes, I would say that there's not a family living on the loch side who hasn't had some experience seeing something on the loch at some time in their life.
Now, you describe it as kind of a horsey-looking head. What color?
On this particular sighting on Thursday night, all we saw was a disturbance, a wake, which would be about the size of a wake kicked up by one of these jet skis, traveling at very high speeds and crisscrossing across the loch. There was 16 guests plus family looking at this, and several people had binoculars, and I myself looked through binoculars, and regrettably we could see nothing that was actually causing the wake.
Yeah,
but the wake was very powerful, very white, very foamy, and traveling sometimes very slowly and other times at very high speed.
Now, David, I got to take a break here. I'm going to come back to you, though, but a lot of people would say, well, you know, this is good for your hotel business. What do you say to that?
Well, the monster, and I don't believe it is a monster as such, but the creature was first seen in 565, as you rightly said. It has been seen by many people, from church people to police officers to judges,
take a break.
etc.
We'll finish this comment after a quick break. Welcome back, everybody. David Monroe is still on the line from Scotland. Now, David, you saw another sighting of Nessie last Thursday, but you also saw Nessie when you were 12 years old, right?
That's correct.
Now, what do you think it is again? Do you think, is it a meat eater or a plant eater?
Well, it has to be a meat eater because there is literally no vegetation, or at least very little vegetation in Loch Ness.
Yeah. Let's get Richard Greenwald's opinion here, too. He's still with us by satellite. Nessie is not only in Scotland, but other places in your mind, right?
Oh, reports of animals like that. But, you know, the evidence for Nessie, there's been more different kinds of animals used to explain Nessie than anything else I know about, all the way from eels to plesiosaurs. And the problem is there's no physical evidence, not a single bone.
Yeah.
We have photographs, we have eyewitness testimony. Probably the best evidence is what Charlie Wyckoff and Bob Rhines have collected, the sonar data of large underwater moving targets. But that isn't really complete proof of a biological nature. So that's why it remains unresolved.
Yeah. What about those photographs that we showed?
Well, you know, photos are photos, and they may be authentic, but that's not proof. What we need is real physical evidence, and sonar is good, but we need something more substantial. And until that happens, it's really not going to be accepted by science, and it shouldn't be. You know, really.
Let me throw out a couple of theories that I've heard about the fact that this could be a lake dinosaur that just never went away.
Well, a plesiosaur, but that's, you know, they became extinct 65 million years ago, and you can't rule it out as impossible, but there's a fossil gap of 65 million years, and plesiosaurs supposedly were cold-blooded, and the lake has about 42 degrees constant temperature. Reptiles couldn't really survive in
let's check that out even more. On the phone from Washington, D.C. right now for an official reaction to the Nessie phenomenon is the Smithsonian Institution's paleontologist emeritus, Nick Hutton. Nick, give me this answer.
Right here.
Okay. Could the plesiosaurus survive that long, 65 million years?
No, I don't think any individual animal could.
No?
You'd have to have a population.
So constantly, you'd have to have a lot of them.
Exactly. I don't know how big a reproducing population of plesiosaurs was, but let's say 200, around some.
Yeah.
And that many animals that big would eat Loch Ness out of house and home and nothing flat.
Yeah, no matter how big this lake is, 200 feet deep and huge.
That's right. Furthermore, the lake is supposed to have an opening to the sea, and these animals should have turned up to the sea.
Yeah.
But I don't believe it. I don't believe a word of it.
Okay. Just wanted your opinion, Nick.
Yeah.
Straight from the paleontologist's mouth. Now, here's another theory, that maybe Nessie is a primitive whale. What do you think of that, Richard?
Well, the archaeocetes, before whales were big and bulky like they are today, they were slim and sort of serpentine. That was about
the Jenny Craig version of the whale, sure.
Yeah, 40 million years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But again, there's a big fossil gap, and it's unlikely, but it's probably a little more likely than the plesiosaur hypothesis.
Yeah.
All the theories have problems. Other people have postulated giant pinnipeds, giant seals, giant eels, giant sturgeon, but sturgeons, of course, don't have long, thin necks.
Yeah. So
all the theories have problems. I don't know what to think. I don't rule anything out. We just have to weigh the evidence and be patient, and hopefully in future years we'll get better evidence.
Yeah. Now, Charlie, you've never heard of the Loch Ness monster or seal or whatever the heck you think it is attacking humans, have you?
No.
Or anything for that matter?
Not a thing. Not a thing. The first reference to it was evidently false. The reporting in those days wasn't very good. 565 A.D.
Yeah.
And no, I agree completely with Richard Greenwald that it just isn't likely that it is a plesiosaur.
Let's check in with David one more time out there in Scotland. David, if I had to press you on this thing, what is it?
I simply don't know. I suspect from what I have seen that we have a species of giant eel in the loch. But that is only my idea.
Mm-hmm. Now, the people that saw it, most of them did not come directly from the bar, did they?
No, there was some from the restaurant, and there was some simply sitting in the drawing room having coffee.
Okay, fine. David, thanks a lot.
Okay. Can I just say one thing?
No. Yeah, go ahead.
The theory that Loch Ness is connected to the sea,
yeah.
It's 55 feet above sea level, so consequently it would level out if it was connected to the sea.
50 feet above.
50 feet above sea level.
50 feet above sea level. David, thanks a lot.
Cheers. All the best.
Cheers.
Bye.
See, that was my theory right there. Cheers. From Nessie to Bigfoot now. When we come back, we'll try to get... let's do it right now. What do you say? Let's talk to a man who knows all about Bigfoot. His name is Richard Gere. Hey, Richard, are you on the line?
Yes, I am.
How's Cindy?
Hello.
How often do you hear that? Now, Richard.
Yes.
You live in Northern California.
Yes.
You saw Bigfoot 2 years ago?
Right.
Where was it?
In the hills, up on the side of a hill, in some dense growth. We were hiking up the side of a hill, and I happened to look over a downed log, and to my right, and it was sort of peering at me around another log that was laying down along the side of a hill.
We're looking at the footage now that people have seen over and over for years. Gosh, for about 20 or 30 years, I would think now. Did it look, I'm sure you've seen that film and that picture, Richard. Did it look like that? Just a giant ape?
Well, sort of ape-like. The head down inside the shoulders, big dome on the top, a lot of fur, no hair on the face. Mine was sort of squatted down like a linebacker on a football team and peering at me around a corner. So. Yeah.
Now you only saw it for about 10 seconds, you say?
Right.
And I've always heard that it's supposed to smell really bad.
Well, there was a definite odor associated with the creature. It smelled kind of like rotten chicken around that area.
Did it taste like? Well, you didn't get that close, did you?
No.
Now you also got some hair samples. What did you do with the hair samples?
They have been sent. One set was examined by a professor at the Academy of Science in San Francisco, and the other has gone to. The other hair samples have gone to Jeff Meldrum up at the University of Idaho in Pocatello.
Richard, thank you very much. We will. I'll have to get back with you on this and continue this another time. We've run out of time. When we come back, we're going to turn our focus to the super sexy Victoria's Secret TV network special commercial. Come right back.